We advise the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good morning, I'm Deanne Hernandez. It's Thursday morning, and before I begin our business portal on Pinoy Matters, let's get an update on the latest news from our newsroom, hoping to fulfill soonest the country's dream of energy independence. The Department of Energy plans to pursue our coal developments exploration side by side with the geothermal upstream oil explorations. Energy Secretary Jose Rene Almendra said that the Philippine National Oil Company Exploration Corporation, or PNOC, EC, was conducting due diligence on a coal concession area in central Kalimantan, Indonesia. The PNOC EZ said that the 5,000-hectare AMPA concession area in Tamyang Layang, Barito, Utara, Central Kalimantan has about 12.5 million metric tons in potential reserves based on initial computations. Almendra said he was open to coal mining in Indonesia since the only choice the Philippines has today for base load generation is coal, and there is a need to secure supply for these coal plants. So ladies and gentlemen, we're entering the cool months, even though we know that energy consumption might be decreasing, we still have to provide to secure that throughout the year, the Filipinos will have their energy needs taken care of. So according to our Pag-asa officer in charge, okay, the country's weather agency has been today short of 16 to 20 forecasters when the ideal workforce should be 30. Okay, so our new head, Yumul, said that the drop in the number of weather forecasters in Pag-asa was the result of better job offers from abroad, especially for senior newscasters. Meanwhile, Pag-asa presented in a press briefing its projects lined up in the next 3 to 6 months. DOST Secretary Mario G. Montejo introduced various tactical and innovative approaches to improve the forecasting ability of Pag-asa. Government officials vowed for an improved data collection and forecasting, including making available an hourly forecast and web-based flood monitoring. In relation to that, we have with us Director Rene Rollion of Institute of Climate Change and Meteorology of the University of the Philippines. Director Rollion,
hi,
welcome to our show, the business portal Pinoy Matters. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. This issue that we are short of weather forecasters.
Yes.
We read in a news clip that your unit in the University of the Philippines has the capability to train weather forecasters for our country. Can you share with us how you could possibly do that on a fast-track basis?
Yeah, good morning. First of all, I heard that you said I am from the Institute of Climate Change. No, ISM is Institute of Environmental Science and Meteorology.
Oh, okay. Correction, my error. Thank you. Environmental Science and Meteorology. Okay.
Is this done in English or?
Well, you can talk in Taglish po.
Yeah, okay. Well, the Institute of Environmental Science and Meteorology in the University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Yes, sir.
It's actually, and the meteorology part of it is actually already existing since 1970s. In fact, 1968. So we are here already for a long time. It's a degree-granting institute.
Yes, sir.
And in fact, paano ba to? We are, no, hindi lang siya training.
It's not a seminar, it's a full degree, sir.
Yeah, it's a full degree. In fact, since 1970s, we have produced mga 40 or so, 43 actually to be exact.
How do we increase your enrollees, sir? How can we encourage people? What kind of people make good possible meteorologists for the country?
In fact, if you look at our records, since 1970s, more than, let's say, 90% of our students enrolled in our program is actually sent by or supported by Pag-asa and WMO. So we have around, since 1970s, we have around 116 graduates and 116, no? So, in fact, ang local noon mga 71, so 60%, ang foreign noon mga 38. So parang 60-40 ang ratio.
Congratulations, sir. You mean to say we're training foreign news weathercasters?
Hindi lang siya weathercaster. You know, meteorology is, of course, a study of the processes ng atmosphere and focusing on, more focused on the yung short-term forecasting as against climatology. Pero hindi lang siyempre ang meteorology ay forecasting, lalo na kung ang pinag-usapan natin ay typhoon forecasting, for example. So maraming aspects ang meteorology, and in fact, I think if we check the records, the last time I talked to Dr. Nilo, I think they still have 11 existing PhD holders in Pag-asa today.
I see, but Director Rolyon, our challenge is I think most of them are wanted also abroad. So, paano po natin re-retain the talent that you're producing out of the UP Meteorology Unit?
Oo. In fact, problema talaga yan kasi the field itself is highly specialized.
Yes, sir.
In fact, if you attract students outside of Pag-asa, mahirap actually, no? Mahirap yung job assurance kung saan sila magtatrabaho afterwards.
I see.
So, in fact, yun nga, nauuso ngayon, nabanggit ngayon ni Congressman Palmones na, di ba, pinupush nila yung BS Meteorology?
Yes, sir.
Well, as far as the UP Diliman is concerned, actually baka mas okay for us at least for UP Diliman to strengthen even further our graduate program rather than kasi yun nga, saan mo ilalagay yung mga BS graduates ng meteorology din? If you don't create that market for them, ang market lang talaga ngayon, ang strongest is Pag-asa. And Pag-asa can only accommodate so much.
I see, sir. You mean to say students entering college in UP, they have to apprentice with Pag-asa and then they move on to the doctorate courses? Is that the career route po?
Well, in principle, we can accept any students who would be interested in pursuing graduate degrees in meteorology, and let's say we have less than 10% of those students so far that we have since 1970s are actually not connected with Pag-asa. But that's a very low percentage. Wala pa siyang 5%. And so kung hindi ka nga connected naman sa Pag-asa,
where will you practice naman?
Yun nga, oo.
So it's a chicken and egg situation, sir. Isn't it possible that every province has a weather forecasting unit, whether directly linked to Pag-asa? Wouldn't that be an ideal situation po so that we can retain our graduates here?
I think Pag-asa has regional offices.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's what they're doing. They are sending actually many of their students to graduate studies.
Okay.
And yun nga, hindi lang sila din. We have WMO, yung World Meteorological Organization na scholars.
Yes, sir.
And so that's why we have 23 countries involved, no, including the Philippines. Ito mainly because the WMO is also sending students to us.
Oh, how nice. So we're really preferred nurturer of meteorologists, sir. Well, Director Rolyon, I hope to be able to invite you here
Okay.
someday. Thank you so much for joining us on this phone patch. We wish you well, and we hope that you can really resolve this situation and dilemma the country is in, where we can have more competent meteorological scientists coming from UP to man our pag-asa. And
Okay.
thank you so much. Good day, sir.
Okay, thank you, Dan.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Director Rolyon of UP, and he hopefully will be the one to provide us more candidates to man our pag-asa so that we will never have the issue again that we don't have enough weather forecasters in the country. At this point in time, I'd like to welcome our Thursday guest. His name is Dr. ADEL Samaan. He's flying back to Los Angeles day after tomorrow, but he has been so gracious to accept our invitation. And our topic today is RX Pinoy, caring for the Filipino mothers and infants. How do we promote life instead of allowing them to die on us? We are losing 11 mothers a day because of childbirth. So, Dr. ADEL Samaan, welcome to Pinoy Matters.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be in your show.
It's wonderful that you gave us time. Dr. ADEL Samaan is an Egyptian. He studied in De La Salle, Cairo, and then he went on to take up medicine in Mexico. And the past 25 years, he is an OB-GYN specialist who does procedures and consultancies and medical missions around the world, but he is also a certified surgeon. So we will talk about today ADEL Samaan advice for our Filipino mothers and their infants, how they can take into their hands the care that will enable them to give birth to healthy Pinoy children. So, Dr. ADEL, what can you say about how we can protect and care for our Filipino mothers?
Well, we have so many, it's a complex challenge, especially in the barangay and provinces and the barrios, where you don't find enough OBGYN specialists. You don't find almost many specialists of different specialty. Midwives, many times they are not backed up by specialists, they act alone. Sometimes if they do a delivery and they get stuck, there is any fetal distress or any bleeding, maternal bleeding, sometimes they lose the patient because it takes time to transfer to a main hospital, almost an hour and a half.
Away, yes.
Away. I've seen many hospitals and they are in dire need of blood. They don't have that much blood at all.
Yes, sir.
So we like to work with the Red Cross and make a awareness for the need and the necessity of the blood donation for blood banks to give it to different hospitals, especially in the provinces.
Oh, yes. Dr. ADEL Samaan has done several medical missions, the last one of which last year he did in Iloilo, right?
Actually, the last one was this April in Paon, Estancia.
Oh, Estancia. This is also in the Panay Island
of Iloilo.
Of Iloilo. And as a consultant to the Universal Health Program under Dr. Galvestan, I was told that there are 22,000 midwives needed in the country today for every critical barangay or municipality to have what Dr. Samaan says, a competent